Good morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to round one, game one. A couple things before we get started here. There's a delay on the stream. So what you're seeing, I said 5 minutes ago. That is mostly to protect, it's to protect the integrity of the tournament, but that is mostly to protect myself. Because I trust my opponents to not cheat. There are easier ways to cheat than to watch my stream. So, I just trust them not to cheat. So, anything you type in chat, I won't read for 5 minutes. And then I will respond. So, just be aware. The rules here are very simple. And you can use the command !tournament to review what those are. But basically, don't give me advice. Don't tell me how to play. Win or lose, it's on me. And it's got to be that way for the integrity of the tournament, for me to be able to stream my perspective. Otherwise, I can't stream it, and I just have to play it. And I like streaming it instead. Now, because there's a bit of a delay, I actually need to make my announcement still. So let me really quickly throw a thing in Discord. And then we will get on with some announcements. All right, so that's been done. Right, so I want to set some expectations. If if I go open my Steam page and take a look at how many hours I have in the Battle for West Noth since it came to Steam, I have 310 hours in the Battle for West Noth since it came to Steam. Now, there are two types of people who are watching this. One type of person is like, oh wow, that's a lot of hours. It's a lot of time to spend in one video game. And then the second type of person is the type that's like, 300 hours? I have 4 times that much just this year in West Noth. And it's that second type of person that most of the tournament players are. So I am by no means new to West Noth. I have been playing on and off for at least a decade at this point, and I really like the game. It's a great game. That being said, most of my time is spent in campaigns, not in multiplayer. So, as a result of that, all of the people who play multiplayer, sort of competitively, are going to be a lot better than I am. I'm okay with that. This is an awesome video game that I love to play and I love supporting. And so I'm here to have some fun. Part of having fun is winning. Don't get me wrong. I really like to win. But I'm also realistic and I know that most people in this tournament are going to be better than me. So last time, I did a total record of 6-2. 4-2? I think it was 4-2. So the idea is not to do better than that, because I don't think I can. However, I do want to make sure that the rounds that I lose, so I just checked. I got a 2-4 in the first tournament. I don't think I can do a whole lot better than 2-4 right now. I do, however, think that I can make some of those rounds that I lost rounds where I lose in 3 instead of rounds where I lose in 2. So that's going to be the goal for this as we get going. I'd like to lose my rounds. I'd like to at least win a game in the rounds that I lose. So that's the goal that I'm headed for as we keep going. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to explain what I'm thinking about while I play, and I'm here to play. And I'm here to win as much as I can, but also be realistic about it. Okay. I think those are the announcements. So I am going to head on over to the game. We are playing against too many things. One thing at a time, James. One thing at a time. All right, I'll switch over here for just a second. We are playing against Ben24626, who has a current ladder ELO around 1650. As a reminder, I'm around, I don't even remember, 1350, 1400? Let me check that real quick while we log in here. Also, it has been several months since I've played a ladder game, so I'm a little rusty. Yeah, I'm 1373 right now, so chances are pretty good that we're playing someone who is a little bit better than us, and that's just the way that the tournament's gonna go. So let's have fun with this. Hey, Bordy, how's it going? We're gonna go random. I'm happy with that. All right. I really hope the sound is balanced well, because it's hard to get feedback. Oh, okay. I don't think I've actually played on this map. So this is going to be interesting. First thing, go into planning mode. Figure out what we're doing. We're elves. We probably... I can't grab any village with my leader. So... it looks like... maybe we want to be pushing up north to try and grab this village. First type person here, the existence of the second type scares me. Ah, yes. I mean, Westnoth has been in development for well over a decade. It's an open source game that is a passion project by a lot of people. So the people who are interested in it are really interested in it. Let's probably go here. It looks like I start with that village, which is nice. So I don't have to grab that one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That could be an archer relatively easily. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Honestly, let's do a fighter here and a scout over here. So the scout, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Scout should be able to grab that one. Fighter for this village. Archer for that one. And then we drop down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Get another fighter. I'm curious if the water means... if the water is good enough for me to want a merfolk. My first instinct is no, it's not. So I'm going to not. So that's there. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I might actually try a woes. But I got that fighter for that, right? So I don't need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that should be a scout. That should be where I put my scout. I probably don't want this to be a scout. And then I don't know what I'm up against. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that can't be a fighter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we'll go with another archer back here. Yeah. And now we go out of planning mode. Let's see if I remember the hotkeys. So we'll go here. I think I'm gonna grab Where? Hang on. What's going on here? I think planning mode may have fucked up and put me down here. No, I am still here. Okay, that's weird. I was gonna say I would like a mage here. Okay. So we get you and you. 3, 4, 5, 6. That may have been a mistake, right? Because I can't grab that. I think that's okay somehow. Yikes. Okay, so you're going there. You're going there. Grab a scout. I may have played myself. I suppose I could do 2 scouts. Sure, let's do 2 scouts. Figure out what's going on. Ooh, I may have played myself here. Scout, because it has to be a scout to get to this village. If I can get a quick fighter, we can still make it to the other village. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Otherwise, it needs to be an archer. I'd rather be sure, so let's grab an archer. Going there, going there, going there, going there, going there, and then we have one unit that's just sort of coming out. Probably up north. This is where I'm going to try and push. But I think that's a good first turn. Now we just have to wait and see what's happening here. Thanks, 40. Have a good time at work. All right, and I pre-moved a lot of this because there's not a whole lot of chance that we would see him on those moves, and anything I would do would need to be adjusted. Oh, I missed that. That's a recruit. Oh, okay, so there are keeps all along the map. Okay. Also, I really like just the style here. That's fun. Let's see. Let's see about pushing out north. We can come up. We'll make our way to that keep. But with 20 gold, let's grab another fighter. Get someone else in the front line. This is a larger map, it looks like, so the woes I think are not going to be super useful right off the bat. Alright, I think that's about all we can do right now. Chunk of this is probably going to change. But I think this is a good start. All right. Don't mind me grabbing a notepad so I can keep track of what units our opponent has when we see them. Let's start with you. Footpad. Is that Nalgan Alliance? I think that's Nalgan Alliance. Because it's not going to be the Loyalists. Yeah. It's been a while since I have played. I think that's good for us. Is there much use to remaining hidden? No, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because he cannot see that village. 2 units down there. One unit up top. With 2 units down, I may rethink what this guy's doing. Everybody else, though, definitely still do what you were doing. Okay, so he seems to be digging into his chaotic side instead of the neutral side right
Prague,
now.
there will be.
I already have a mage, which I think will be pretty good. Two fighters. Right, I should be noting what all these are. So we've got footpad that is intelligent and strong. Footpad that is quick and strong. And a poacher that is intelligent and resistance. I think I just want another fighter. I'm gonna grab another fighter. more towards the center than down or up, because I don't really know whether his troops are concentrated on a southern push or a northern push. I don't want to be prepared for either, given that it's about to be evening and he seems to have recruited mostly chaotic units, at least that I can see. Now that also makes sense because they are going to move faster than the normal dwarves. Although he could have a griffin rider that I don't see right now. There's a thief. So that is now the third down here because there was a poacher down here as well. I do like the new sprites for the poacher. Hello to Smartest, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it looks like they are going to push the south. So you can see that keep. You can't see that my leader's there yet. Mausoleums and campfires to shift the time of day one step towards night and day respectively. Always covered in fog. They're actually more on the north side than on the south side. And they did go pretty heavy into the human aspect of the Nalgan Alliance. So lots of thieves, poachers, etc. Alright, this is going to be interesting. I think we have to give up that village briefly. Let's get into planning mode and figure this out. If I'm on there, that's reasonable. Was it on or next to? I think it was just on. I think it's just on. Could just stay right where I am. And that's probably just as good. Forest there. See, I've got 23 movement. That's not great because then I'm sitting next to that village. maybe something like that. I see 4, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up there. So we probably keep. We probably keep sending this guy down to help out over here. Is it worth it to do that? Yeah, it kind of is. I think that's probably a reasonable play. Not sure what to do with this mage just yet, but I think keeping him where he can be of use in future turns is going to be a good plan. So maybe that means posting up a little bit further north. I think that's pretty reasonable. And we leave the scout here, knowing that from here we can make a cheeky grab on that village if we need to in the future. I think I like this. Get that leadership bonus if they attack my archer. They could circle the scout. And then they'd get backstab. I think I'm okay with that. That baits them pretty far into my territory, and I think I could take 2 for the 1 that they take from me if they did that. Yep, there's the circle. Get the backstab. I think they have to take the village from me. Yep. But for instance, something like this. He's got really good defense on the keep tile. which is the only annoying thing. But with leadership and neutral units, we might be able to do some serious damage here. Let's see, do I have the movement to go here, then here, and then out to here? I do, okay. So maybe we do that. Get a recruit, which it won't let me do. It might let me do this. I'll go with an archer. And then come up. We'll have this. Trying to push right past me. So I probably will retreat a little bit, ignore these two, do a 3-on-1 on that footpad. I can't contain him, but I can do a lot of damage to him. Let them take the village, and take their units instead. And see how well that turns out. Oh, that's interesting. What if... So that's 6-3. This... 7-3 with a 70% chance to hit. I think that's where I want to be. Which puts my mage at risk. Can I protect this mage after that? Puts my mage at risk, but I think it's worth it. I can't get the mage over here, or I'd switch the archer and the mage. I think we do that, and then we've got a 9x4 bow to finish it off. Okay, let's start with some of that. Move there. Oh, I can't get the recruit unless I move you, so we'll move you out to here. No, it's got to be out to here. Okay, planning mode is a little buggy with the 1.16 update. Oh, I have to actually tell you to go to the keep. Archer. There. Let's move up to here. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Alright, so that's unfortunate. But not terrible. Let's see how successful this is. Not very. Let's see. I think we'll try and kill the footpad here. Ooh. Let's take a look here. 64% chance to kill. 65% chance to kill. We get hit more on that one. Do we? 6-2, 5-3. They're pretty close. None of them are good. I think I want to kill the footpad so that there's not this backstab from the thieves. Good. And to just make this a little bit less dangerous, it's a coin flip to get that entangle. Just need 4. We need 4? 4 or 5 hits. I think we try and slow flip that coin, because they're probably going to focus the mage. That just makes the most sense. Okay. Okay, so down here then. You have the most hit points, so you're gonna go here. My guys are finding it really hard to actually hit. Okay, alright. Wolf Zerker, huh? I need to be keeping track here. There are a number of units that I haven't notated. Oh, I don't have a lot of time. Aha! Cool. We got 2 more thieves. Resilient. Strong. Another poacher. Intelligent. Yeah, so they're now taking my villages, which is not good. But I'm taking their units. That was interesting. 1, I didn't realize that they could get in there, and 2, that leaves the mage alive. think he's overextended. It's turning in... His chaotic units are not going to be as good on the following turn. That thief can still run away. Probably has already, and I just haven't noticed. I think my archer can chase him down practically wherever he goes, unless he hides up here. In which case I need to kill that thief to get in there. The important thing is going to be to make sure that the Ulfsirker can't reach my mage. We're ahead on the kills so far, which is the important thing. Which is an important thing. Obviously, losing on economy will mean that we will lose long term. Right now we're down 3 villages. On a 16 village map. We might try and get a level up off the scout. We just shimmy you down. Yeah. That's a nice full heal. Unless you bring the poacher in to keep the lock on my scout. I think you've got to do that, right? All right, sacrificing units, shifting to a southern attack. That makes some amount of sense. Let's get out of planning mode because this, I think I just want to do this and see if it works. All right, and that's a level up. Nice. Okay. Let's get our village back. Use leadership. Archer. Nice. I can't recruit. So let's get some more leadership. Slow there. I need to think about this, because there are more units coming. Planning mode, James, planning mode. So we go there. Take the forest. Sort of take the line of forests. I don't think that really helps me. And meanwhile, I could just go up and take this guy out. I'm leaning towards that. It lets them take only one additional village, I think. Let's see what happens if I do this. Yeah, they can only grab this one. And then it turns into daytime, and this pack can swarm down on them. I think I like that. Oof. That hurts. Alright. So we won't be able to get the kill. We can put some units up there. So he's been up 2 or 3 villages for several turns now. But with the kills that I have, I think I'm still outpacing him on total gold. And getting a level up is really, really important in terms of the strength of my army. I need to be better at protecting my villages as this game keeps moving forward, though. What do we know about our opponent? We know that our opponent has... hang on. 2 seconds. Our opponent has played over 100 games of ladder on the ladder site and is ranked 1631. We are currently ranked with an ELO of 1373, so they are better than us, but they are not untouchable. They don't have a 2300 ELO. So should be a good match. I guess there's a lot of movement happening right now. fighter. I need to recover my villages, though. That is really killing me. Although I do wonder about this. It looks fun. I don't think it does anything useful. This is where mages are useful, but I can't get my mage down there. So I could brute force it. Which I think is just gonna have to be what I do. There's not good terrain around. Yeah, we just have to go for it. Nice. First try. Never didn't have it. Alright. Oh, the scout recapture to heal. I'm gonna push a little bit over here. I want to scout first. I think that's a good. Ah, there's his leader. Steel clad, hardy and quick. And we can get one more turn of healing on the fighter before moving him up as well. Hold the village. It's a little risky, but it's still only 2 because the poacher can't reach, so I think that's fine. I'm going to stay focused on the north, given that his leader's right there. Which means he's probably coming up to that keep to recruit. And we'll grab a fighter. We know there's an Ulfzerker somewhere in here as well. Get that heal. I think I like how that's playing out. Our opponent is very, very heavily valuing villages, and we are very heavily valuing troops. We can't do that forever. But so far it's working out. A dexterous archer is very nice. Unfortunately, we can't threaten that village. But depending on how the Steelclad moves and where that Ulfzerker has decided to go, we might be able to put ourselves into a position to do some serious damage in the following turn. Something like that. Not exactly like that, but... Takes my village. Ulfzerker's down south. Checks, recruits his guardsmen. And an Ulfzerker. And suddenly this seems less good. We'll figure out what's happening down south first. that elf zerker scares me more than a little bit. Uh, Alright, I think I like something like that. We keep the fighter on the right, closest to the elf zerker. Yep, we knew there was a thief down there. I think we knew there was a second thief down there. We may have forgotten. Change some things. I need to be less careless with that. Oh boy. 5 gold would be 13 next turn. I don't think that gets us anything useful. It gets us absolutely nothing. All right. Wolf Zerker's scary unless I can get the drop on them. Yeah, that makes sense. I still can't use my mage. And it's afternoon. Ugh. I mean, as it stands, I can get 2 fighters and my rider attacking the Thunderer. If I can kill the Thunderer and he keeps the Berserker there, I can put my Archer in place of the Thunderer and bow spam the Berserker for a little bit. Get an attack off. Hopefully weaken it enough that it doesn't make sense for it to do its attack on anyone else. Unfortunately, we can't threaten that village, and I thought that was the funniest thing out of context. Yes. Unfortunately, those peasants get to live, and we don't get to inspire terror in their hearts. The sword on an archer is not great. It's not bad, but it's not great. The gold situation is really not great at this point because he recruited 2 last turn and 1 this turn, and I had to skip recruiting last turn and this next turn. We may have let that go on too long. Getting a slow on the Berserker, I think, would be a really nice way of being able to attack with a fighter. Interesting. I get that you're trying to block me from a keep because you don't know whether I have enough gold to recruit or not. As it turns out, I don't. But that just became essentially a free kill. And that was pretty costly for you. Because now I can, that's a 1-for-1 trade with an Berserker. I can definitely take that out with what I have still down here. Because you're on forest, you're super easy to hit. You need to do 20 damage. Well, probably I do this. Finish with you. Finish with you. All of his troops are up and around here. I might go on a village run. I don't think he'd be able to stop me. Like, grabbing this one would not be great. He would definitely be able to stop me if I did this. I think. I just need gold. I think if I do this, I'm safe. Interesting. Let's see. Oh, you moved, so I can't do that. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I'm taking a lot of damage, which is why I want to start with the archer. Or I could no, I think I want to start with the archer here, and we'll slow here instead. Or we'll try and slow there. Nice. And you're dead. Let's figure this out. So we go here, there, there, nope. Nope. Let's see, we go here, there, no. We go there. I can't get leadership on... I can't trap him and get leadership. That's what I'm seeing here. In which case, the slow is the one that doesn't need leadership. So we do that, do this, we do this, and then we do... Okay, so we just do that if we need to and make an attack. So we probably start there, because that gives us more flexibility. Nice. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. It leaves my units a little high and dry, but they have undefended villages that I need to take. No, I want to do that. And they very carefully zone of controlled, so I can't get 3 units on the Thunderer. You've left your leader exposed to 3 attacks. Does that do anything for me? Oh, they're really good to hit also. So max damage is 18. Plus 16. I'm not good at mental math. 34? 34. Plus another 16, 40, 50. So there is no chance of killing. We're outnumbered. They've got Ulfzerkers that we can't deal with. I could do a number of damage that he can't block. So what happens if I do that? So I go here, I do a bunch of damage, and then what? Someone's gonna go here. These guys can't really be used. You can circle. I don't know that I... Oh, man. Alright, I gotta go for it. Yikes. Oh, I gotta move faster. I couldn't position my units. That's gonna cost me. Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. Come on, Ryder. Ah, ha, ha. Yikes. So close. And like an easy kill, but they're going to block it off so I can't get to him. Right. And I couldn't move my mage forward, so I still can't use him this turn. Oof. We're in trouble in the north, which is where we had been holding our own. We've got a lot of villages to recover. I think we might lose this on economy. Griffin Rider to chase down my scouts. Question is, can you still protect? I mean, you can. You might not be able to protect that Ulf Circer. I might be able to get in there. Wait, who's got movement left? Okay, you can body block. I think. I might still be able to get around, honestly. Even if body blocked, yeah. I would be able to. Alright. We're going for that. Let's get you out of here. Listen to Smartest. I don't need to be called out like that. Yeah, I don't really care. I'm going for it. Alright, that was a good sequence. No slow this turn. Got that. That's what I've got. Is there any reason to keep you all the way back here? Not really. Oh, yes, chat, you're right. My time management, not great. Well, that's some bullshit right there. Okay, at this point, instead of chasing down the 1 footpad, we need to recover the villages. that were taken. Yeah, no, the timer is definitely a good thing. And yeah, it definitely adds skill, and that's where it exposes my lack of skill. Lack of instinct, really, because I can do analysis. Rude. I don't think we can pull off a cheeky kill on the leader here. So it's just a question of, can we get more value out of staying and killing his units than we can retreating. Now, the important thing is he's off a keep. I think he can get back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he can get back. But that's a 1 recruit, and he's definitely got the goal to recruit multiple times a turn. So maybe keeping him off of that keep is not a bad idea. That hurts. That always hurts. Oh, okay. You want to come to me? That's fine. It's a magic attack. I can still do the same thing no matter what. Oh, so there's a griffin somewhere down here. Although I imagine it's no longer down here. It's probably coming up. Let's go. Darn. Yeah, the Griffin was brutal. I was honestly surprised to not see it before now. So... honestly pretty alright with how that turned out. Come on. Nope. Damn. I think that's all I can do. Not managing my time, I think, really screwed me. I instinctively went for an aggressive attack when I was down to 13 seconds and couldn't maneuver my units to protect that attack. That was stupid. That was really dumb. It's a lot of damage on that dwarf, though. But everyone here is now dead. And he should be able to do it in a way that keeps his poacher alive. Maybe we keep the mage. Probably not, though. Maybe we keep the mage. If the Steel Cloud comes after me, that's it. But the Steel Cloud probably has better things to do, like recruit. The poacher shouldn't come after me. So I can just wreck their day. Yeah, so there's the footpad. And another griffin. Okay, so with he's discovered griffins, which is probably gonna spell the end for us. I'm sorely tempted to just like balls to the walls. Let's kill that poacher, make sure it doesn't level up. That might actually be worth it. Sacrificing the mage to make sure that they don't get a level up. So there is a griffin somewhere back here also. Okay, mage cannot be sacrificed. I don't think the mage is going to be useful right now. Or the shaman, rather. Back off. Come up. Just need to hit twice. Let's do it. And we hit once. With the griffin that's hanging out back there, I don't think I can do much else. Like there's no cheeky run with my scout this time. So let's just go for that. Nothing. Alright, well, at least he's trapped now. Let's pop back. I wish I could focus. Oh, maybe a woes. Maybe now we go for a woes. Yeah, sure. That doesn't seem half bad. I'm not gonna attack, because then he has the chance to kill me. But I will stand there. Nope. Part of no, do you not understand? Ah! My finger slipped. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be all I do. Back up? Maybe we come back up with you. Sure. I've been down gold for so long, I don't think there's a way I can really come back from this. Like, I had been up on troops, but now that gap is shrinking and he's been up gold for just so long. Gotta get used to the new way that they present statistics, though. They've got hits, they've got damage versus hits, which is an interesting way of looking at it. Doing that, and between the two of them, one of them gets the kill, and then everyone else can go home. Yeah, they're gonna take more of my villages. I saw that move. That hurts my soul a little bit. Genuinely, I'm not sure what to do here. Do I focus north or south? Because that village is about to get taken. There's a griffin. Four move. I think I could go here and then next turn, if this is still open to me, go there. And I'm getting hit for 26. Go there. I gotta keep my gold. The opponent did a really good job prioritizing villages. I thought I did well in combat for the most part, but again, the one turn with the timer I think really accentuated the fact that the tide was turning. And that I had let the village taking go on way too long. Can't quite get there. It was one off. Oh, that feels bad. Okay. I don't know, maybe there's something here with this, that, and that. It's the middle of day. Magic is going to be a good way of dealing with the footpad. I mean, if there's a time, it's now. We'll come back to that. Up top, I think I do like this plan. we have to take the risk. Nice. Similarly, I'm just gonna go for it. Griffin is pretty scary. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, Zerker. Not gonna go well. Question is what this Griffin Rider decides to do, whether he decides to get involved in the combat or stay away. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so in no world can the Ulfzerker get to my mage. But they can probably pretty easily get to a position where they kill my archer that's about to level up. Which is also unfortunate, because that's a quick, strong archer. But then I can probably kill the Ulfzerker, leveling up my mage. Getting a red mage would be really nice in this matchup. Alright, Griffin is probably taking that village. We should see that flag disappear very quickly. Interesting. Couple of good rolls there on my side. So what, will you put the guardsmen on the village? Hello, Ashmirian. And everybody else who's joined today. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Oh, Griffin. Ooh, that's spicy. And now you kill my mage with the guardsman. No. Oh, you're really pushing it. Oh, that almost backfired. But it didn't. And so you're fine. Alright, well, Archer... Let's see. Fighter kills Berserker easy. That's a guarantee. Archer needs 4 experience to level up. So between the fighter, leadership, between the fighter and leadership, we should be able to kill the Thunderer with the archer. I can move here. so we've blocked that off. So now we have to redo it, so it's going to be... Because now the fighter can't get in there. So we come in with that. And double leadership should still allow us to get rid of the guardsmen with our 2 fighters. I don't have gold to recruit, so it has to be like this, I think. Nice. We're gonna go with a ranger because they're harder to kill. Pretty plain and straightforward there. 43 hit points. I don't think there's a way. Well, let's try a couple things. Let's do this and take a look at this. 6x4? No, I don't think so. 4-4 was this 6-3 spear? Yeah. Hero, again, because they're harder to kill. And let's entangle. Six two. I think I can risk that. Just a bunch of thieves coming. I'm feeling very good about how I'm handling individual combats, but I'm clearly not doing well on the overall strategic aspect of this, because I have no gold. I have no... He's got 13 out of the 16 villages, and I have 3. This is just simply untenable, and I'm going to lose. And yet, I have the most powerful units on the field. I don't think those units are going to last very long, though. Woof. And dead. Holy shit. $13. So what I'm thinking here is kill the thief, which lets my leader give leadership to this fighter. Fighter kills the Thunderer. And then hero puts damage on the trapper. Although I may not need that. I might just go... We could go here and here. And then these two can do damage on the trapper. And that still gives leadership where I want it. Oh, well. That is no longer an option. I will slowly but surely kill that poacher. I think this still makes sense. Damn. Okay, then we'll do this. That's all I can do. All right. We're gonna go maybe another turn or two before we concede. Yep. Probably what happens is I see how much I can do in this next turn. And then call it. Although if that fighter dies, I think I just have nothing I can do. Yeah, I'm happy calling it there. Well, I'll give him the chance to kill me. Yeah, he got it. Look at that. All right, that was a good match. He went heavy on thieves though at the end. I'm not sure I agreed with a lot of how he recruited in this matchup, but it worked, so I can't really critique too much. All right, that's actually perfect because it is now 10 a.m. for me, and I gotta go to work. I got shit to do. So we're gonna come back over to the studio real quick. Thank you all for hanging out with me. You will see this in about 5 minutes. If you like what you see, there are a number of different ways that you can follow, etc., 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 etc. All the sort of normal end of stream announcements. You can literally follow the channel. And you can join the Discord. There's a command for that, !Discord. Will give you the link to join the Discord server. Both of those are great places to get notified for future streams. Beyond that, if you feel so inclined, you can subscribe to the channel. That helps support me doing more of these things. As usual, everybody probably knows this at this point, but sorry, notifications distracted me. Everybody knows this at this point. If you have a Twitch, if you have a Amazon Prime account, you link that to your Twitch account. You have a free Twitch Prime subscription every month. Use that on someone. Doesn't have to be me. Okay, because there's a 5-minute delay, there's no after action interaction. So I'm going to end the stream here. I'm going to run a minute of ads on the way out. That's another way, if you just let those roll, it helps support me as well. Okay, that's going to do it for today. I'm not entirely sure when the next game will be. Maybe sometime tomorrow, maybe not. Definitely this weekend. Thanks for tuning in, and take care.